Hello. Yes, please come. I was waiting for you. Welcome to our ASMR Feng Shui studio. Yes, it was a long time. I mean, we are meeting for the very first time, but you booked your appointment quite a time ago. Yeah. So, could you please tell me at what kind of stage is your house, home right now? Okay. So it was a pretty detailed booking with a lot of information provided. Okay, I will just double check, okay, with your file. Could you please spell your name? Yep, I see it here. Okay, quite thrilling. This will be your new home. Yes, and this is a very responsible, I would say sensitive for your own self decision to take a look at your personal Feng Shui. Yeah. Alright. So, you do not have anything. I mean, your house does not even have walls yet. The base, yeah. Yes, that is very clever that you came at first here because I will give you all the needed information about the which direction the house should face so that it would fit the best your and your family members' nervous system in the best way it can. And we will make that energy for your health, abundance, for your prosperity, for your relationships moving in your house. Yeah. What is your occupation, by the way? Okay. It means you work really a lot from your home. That makes sense. Are you planning to have the rooms for the workplace? Okay, and what about the children? Okay. There is some information still missing here. Alright. So, with all of this information, you will go to your architect, right? And then you're planning on the land you have to build the house, the walls, the ceilings, and your life, I even would say. All right. So, for the very beginning, do you have any designs, any schemes of your house that you brought here on paper? Could you? Yeah, I see that you have. Will you share it with me, please? Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. That is very good for the measurements that I will need to take today, and also for the directions of the compass, you know. Okay, great. So, just marking here that I have it. Okay, so let's begin. All right, I will show you one example. Okay. So there is a kind of example, right? Not everything is looking well here, energy-wise. So let me find the main entrance. Okay. It is quite nice that the living room happens in the center of this building, right? It's here. So it means that really the relationships, the connections, this is kind of a purpose that it makes for that person of the life, yeah? But when we take a look, for example, at this bedroom, I understand that here they did not have a lot of solutions to make, because the bed, it cannot go next to the window, but this is kind of called a dead position in the Feng Shui, because your legs and in general you are facing directly the door. Yes, so this should be solved. While, for example, this bedroom, take a look, it has a really nice, I would just take the plant and put it somewhere away from the bed, because still the plants, they are an active energy, and in the bedroom we are spending some healthy time for the relaxation. Yeah, they can be hyper stimulating, and that is why we also recommend to choose very specific plants that would have that calming energy. Yeah, okay. All right. I would like to show you the scheme of the Feng Shui, the bagua map. All right. So just wondering, all right. This, just checking which one is better for you to understand more clear. Okay, I'll mark here north, and here the south direction. Mainly, the best choice for your house is when your main entrance is in the direction of south. And this bagua map should be placed in a way when you come, to your land and you are standing, you should take a look. This is where your entrance door should be. Okay? If that is possible, of course, because also a lot of different factors may, but in your case, it should be kind of easy to make this thing work, because you are starting from the scratch. Yeah. Okay. And this means that this, the sphere of wealth, fame and reputation, in romance, relationship, they are going to the north side of your house, all right? And you will see in the file that I'm going to prepare to you all the colors, all the materials, yeah, for example, even the shapes, okay? For example, the carrier, it is going with the water, and it really likes, you know, dark blue color, very deep water colors, and also curvy shapes, a lot of glass, mirrors, and so on. While, for example, wealth is more related with the green, gold, and purple. These are the colors of wealth, but they like vertical shapes, not curvy ones, and the wood as a material, okay? Exactly, that is where you imagine a working room with a lot of ancient furniture made from the wood. Yes, with the goal, exactly, very well. So when you're taking a look at these directions, you see that best it is in the relationship place, right? To make the bedroom, right? And the children, creativity, you know, it's best to make their room here, all right? Then, of course, also you can use the family and new beginnings also. That's good, that's okay. Or the terrace, you know, for the knowledge and spirituality place. Yes, and helpful people, traveling, this is perfect place for the living room, exactly. But today we are going to start with the bedroom of yours, okay? And then we will, during the next visits of yours, we will come up with the different rooms, okay? Now, you can take this bagua map into every small room. This is not only the directions for your house or for your flat, if you ever think about, you know, new locations to move on somewhere or anything, to have a holiday house or something, but you can also put this to each corner of your each room, okay? You got the idea, perfect. So today we are speaking about the bedroom because, yeah, as I've seen in your booking information, you have some problems, some issues with the anxiety and with the insomnia. I see a lot of stress, huge stress levels. Yeah. So, you see, this is what I was talking about to you. This is just one room, and on it we are placing the bagua map, right? So it is the bedroom, exactly what we need here. And you see the place you are coming, your door, your entrance to the room is knowledge. Then your bed is mostly in the fame and the unity, the center, the health, right? Your wealth is in this corner. So some symbols, some accessories maybe should go here for the wealth. In love, marriage, this is the most important factor, right? In the bedroom, if you have a partner. All right, so this should be emphasized in a room, all right? We do not need to make anything about the carrier, you know, to put some water elements or anything, because we need the opposite. We need the ability to rest in our room. And here, first, I would like to mark one thing. When you are planning any kind of door in your house, at your home, make sure that the door is opening to the room, not to the one who enters the room, okay? Because when we put the door in a way that it should not be put, it means we are, not letting the energy in. We're pushing it away from us. That's the important thing. And we want to invite into our space the guests, other people, other family members, and of course ourselves. So, as I mentioned before, the dead position is not okay in the bedroom, alright? But you have to also make sure that you are always, no matter what kind of room you're working in, it should be the position, the commanding position of yours. It means that your psychic, your nervous system, just subconsciously may have some rest because it knows that I can see who is entering the room, who is entering my space. Alright, so commanding position is, in fact, the ability to see who enters through your doors, okay? So, we have to have for the bed the wall, alright? It cannot be like here, for example, in the middle of the room, okay? Your head has to have some still comforting, some stagnant, I would say even, thing, yeah? So it has to be the wall, okay? And it may be that the door is on your side, for example, or here, you see, it's not like straight in front of the bed, but a bit on the side. So that works also perfectly if you don't have a lot of space, Yes, yeah, exactly. Also, regarding the windows, if you are planning to have a lot of light in your house, meaning how it's popular nowadays to have the window from the ceiling to the floor, yeah, so make sure that you have a really proper curtains. Yes, exactly. The ones that are not letting the light to go into the room, okay? And of course, the position of your bed, it shouldn't be, again, below your bed should not stand next to the wall on which you have a window. Alright, so it may go the window on the side wall or on the wall which is in front of your bed, okay? Again, I've said about the plants, it should be put as away as it is possible from the bed. And the most important factor is to have your space decluttered. It doesn't matter if we are talking about the bedroom or we are talking about the living room or the working space. Declutter your space. All the things that are not pleasant to you, that are not bringing to you pleasant emotions, all the things that are literally clutter, that are not being used by you, even in the way that would we consider how we use art, for example. Take a look and we enjoy. It should be pleasant art if you have it in your room, okay? And this is for the energy, to maximize the energy to flow. And then make sure that you have no stuff, no things below your bed. Yes, the energy would not be restful. Each thing, it carries a different energy. So subconsciously, in the space, it will affect you and affect your sleep, your nervous system, your hormones, and so on. No mirrors in the bedroom, please. Just because the mirrors, they are doubling, tripling everything. It makes the energy wider, bigger. So let me take an example for you. If you're going to sleep with a lot of good emotions after your day, you are doubling those emotions, tripling them. And then if you are going to sleep with kind of nervous thoughts, sad thoughts, then it also doubles and makes you anxious. Yes, so you've got the main idea, right? Make sure that in your house, the mirror, what it mirrors, it should be positive, something that you really would like to be mirrored in your life. And, doubled, tripled, and so on, okay? Yeah, so no under bed storage, I've said this. Yeah, heavy curtains. Now, when we are talking about your situation, you have a family, you have a partner, so in your bedroom, make sure that, there is a lot of symmetry, symmetrical things, even things in a pair, all right, by two, because you are two, you're a couple. So we need to signify that energy. If you're choosing some kind of a statues or different art like paintings, in your bedroom, for example, if there are some symbols, some animals, some people, they should stare at each other, okay? This is very important. And yeah, if we are talking about the singles, which is your child, right? Then we just need to, to make that energy as concentrate as it is possible, to emphasize, to help the energy to build the security, the confidence in your child, all right? And of course, when your children gets older, gets bigger, and are stepping into the adulthood, and they are allowing already to themselves to find a pair, then the bedroom should be not for the single, but it should create the space for the other as well, okay? Even if that other would not be sleeping in their bed, but you got the idea, right? Perfect. Make sure that all the art that is in your home would bring positive emotions, positive feelings for you. And also make sure that all of the photographs that you would be putting on the wall, on the tables, they would be also making you happy. If you remember, I've had an actually situation, a personal one. My mother put our family photos at our old childhood home, and she was those photos, each time I was looking at them, I got reminded that this was the time when I've had a huge migraine. So believe me, each time I've seen it, my system, it did not get me back to the migraine as a symptom, but it was unpleasant. The specific hormones, they were, enrolling my system again. Okay? Now, what I would like you to do is, if you could please tell me your exact birth date. Okay. I will just check your personal Feng Shui number, because some spaces, specifically as a bedroom, it's very personal and should be made exactly by your number, your, the strongest positions, directions. Okay, to enhance your energy, make it stronger and direct it in a way that it should be directed. Okay, I got you. You are number 1. And now please tell me your partner's birth date. Okay. And the date? Okay. Ooh. Your partner is also number 1. That's a rare case, I should say, but that's a very good thing for you, because you do not need to find any compromises, for the interior design or something, because what suits your system energetically, it suits your partner's system as well. So let me just I've printed, okay, all the information. So Feng Shui has 9 numbers, personal ones, and you are the first one, as well as your husband. It is being called the wealth creator. So I am leaving all of this for you, okay? Here you will know that your personal success comes when you are facing the southeast direction, alright? You will know the colors that suits you better for that. Your health is in the east also, which means that when you are going to sleep, your head should be put into the direction of the east. Okay, that's actually very, very perfect thing. We have quite a problem when it is a personal direction north, and it's not very healthy to put into that direction your head, to sleep into that direction. Yeah, you will see everything, even about the food, even about the rituals that you could get for you or better off. Okay, so take it. Okay, I will put it here on the table. All right. Now, one of the last things I would like to do for you for the session, I'm gonna show you one scent. Okay. I will just put it in the air, okay? Yeah. Smell it. Is it good for you? What do you feel? How does your body feel? Okay. I knew that you are going to like it. Yeah. So, What I'm going to do, I'm gonna prepare some little beans for you, okay? And I'm gonna explain to you what you have to do here. Oh, this art? Yes, yes. If you are looking around, we are like in a gallery, you know. It's also about the Feng Shui, yeah. It's very important to know your artist you're choosing for your house. Yes, we are collaborating with artists, and you can see also some paintings which are made by myself. Yes, I paint, yes. If you are interested to, you know, I do work by, you know, you can order a commission, or I'm taking those ones, but you know, it's not like you're coming. None of the artists in our place work like that. When a person comes and tells, you know, I have 600s and now please paint to me red ball with golden stars in the horizon. No, it's not that way. It's like client comes and maybe sometimes they have the budget, they tell us about it, informs us, and then they say, you know, I need this kind of size of an artwork. And then the artist who takes the order, the artist then gets into the talk with that client, takes a look how his place looks like, what is his life about, and so on. What is the purpose of the artwork, and then the artist paints it. Yeah. But also you can buy the works that are already at our studio. Yeah. So now I'm brought to you those little beans, okay? They have this kind of the molecules, they have this scent that you have just tested. So I'm gonna pour to a little bag to you in them, okay? Just a few. What you need to do, you come home, you dissolve those in the distilled water. Please make sure that this water is already in the glass, not in a plastic. And it has the molecules that freshens the air, and it brings not only the scent, but it also brings, you know, from the energetic perspective. It cleans the house, it cleans the space, it cleans your aura, and so on. Alright, so yeah, I'm preparing those for you. Okay. I know, this is kind of niche. We are working with the person's energetic field. Yes, some people, they are just taking the architects, the interior designers, and that's it. Okay. What I also will need, I will put a sticker here, and I'm gonna write to you so that you will remember what is it. I will write just Feng Shui, okay? Okay. Definitely, it is very good for the bedroom. It won't stimulate your system, your nervous system will be better off, and you will see that your anxiety, it has the gaps. I mean, it won't be that often. Okay, my dear, so I think for today this is it. You can go. One more thing. I know that you were informed that we also can make a Feng Shui meditation. For that, you are not needed to come to the studio. We can do it even online. Yeah, because this is important, that your space would be about you, not about my knowledge, not about Feng Shui, but about you. So it's very useful. And that meditation, when you will learn it, you can use it even without me. I think that we can book it. Let me call you, okay, later today. But I think that it will be in about 2-3 weeks. Okay. So now it is really it for today. Talk to you later. Now get back to your creative process, okay? And yeah, I'm going to work with the scheme that you brought to me, and I'm gonna send it to you, and I will attach your architect, okay? Yeah, because I will need to do some measurements. Okay,